Alright, the next episode of my Utah Jazz simulation series here in NBA 2K14 on Xbox 360. And in the beginning of the episodes, well, in the first episode, I made a little trade trading John Lucas to the Suns in exchange for Channing Frye. Um, and I also signed Rodrigue Beaubois to back up Trey Burke, our second year point guard. And the reason I got Channing Frye is because I think we need somebody to stretch the floor because our bigs are Enes Kanter and Derek Favors, who are both kind of inside post players. Enes Kanter can pop out and shoot in real life, but I don't know if he can do it in 2K here. He has the outside of an F right there. And so we got Channing Frye, the 30-year-old. He's on a 1-year, $6.4 million deal, and he has a player option, so he could be a free agent, but I wanted to see if he could stretch the floor for us. He's got an A outside shot, so he could do something that nobody else can on this team. So in the last episode, we looked at the roster, and let's go to our homepage again, right here. And as you can see, they have us in the power ranking at the dead last, 30th place. Our overall says we should be there with a 70 or a 67, excuse me. And our team's chemistry is a 2%. So all these young guys are still trying to get used to each other. So since we're so young, we should probably be looking to some scouting here, some prospect scouting. And there's already one prospect I've seen that I have my eye on, and he is a top 5 player. If we don't make any moves, our team, if they pull off a miracle, will be 500, which is cutting even with wins and losses. But somebody in the top 5 is Franklin Bishop or Carl Finley. We need some offense from our bigs, and these two have some offense to give, but I decided to scout Carl Finley because he already has 2 signature skills, you can see there, and he plays a little bit of small forward as well. So Carl Finley is from Loyola Marymount, a small school, and he's 19 years old, so he'll be coming out after his freshman season. So he's young, but he has an A for athleticism, that looks pretty special. He has B's around the board, except for his outside shooting could use some work, but if he's an athletic guy that can do some offensive things, that's what we need on this team. So Carl Finley is being scouted right now, and we need to look for one more person to scout. I'm going to look outside the top 5. I'm going to look a little bit later here in the mid-round to late. And I was looking at Dale Peterson, another big, but I decided to go with, here he is, Ferdinand Ramos. He's from Puerto Rico, and he's 6'7", 220 pounds, 20-year-old. And looking at his skills, he's got some offense and a little bit of perimeter defense, and he also has athleticism. So we're going to scout Ferdinand here and see what he's all about. We're going to give Oscar Grant, we're going to send him down to Puerto Rico to scout down there. So we have 2 scouts, and here we have Ferdinand and Carl Finley being scouted, and we'll have those reports in 10 days. So let us start the season actually here. I'm going to turn the injuries off. I don't want to deal with it. It's kind of annoying how often guys get injured. It's kind of tedious. But if we make the playoffs, I will turn them back on. So let me know in the comments if you guys are fine with that. But looking at our calendar, our first game is at home versus Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook and the OKC Thunder. And look at that, 88 going up against a 67. So I'm going to actually sim 2.5 weeks. So we'll sim up to this Denver day. We'll sim up to the Denver day and then look at the scouting report. So, going into this simulation, I'm expecting this team to lose, but I expect that chemistry to go up from 1%. I mean, 1%, how can you be lower than 1%? So let's simulate all these games here, see what we can do. Loss, loss, loss. Alright, he completed his scouting report, but we're going to continue simulating. We are losing. We have not won a game yet. We are 0-5. And I thought I turned injuries off, but Alec Burks has a lower back strain. What? I thought I turned injuries off. What's going on here? You guys saw that. I turned injuries off. Alright, if he's injured, Brandon Rush, yeah. You are the next man up at the 2 guard. And then we will have Marvin get some minutes here. Clark, yeah, you'll get some minutes. And then let's give RJ a couple more. Bobois a couple more. Alright. Now let's check out the options. I thought I turned the injuries off. Yeah, injuries are off. What is going on? Why did Alec Burks get hurt? Strange. Well, let me know if you know what that's about. But looking at the calendar, we need a win. We don't have a win through 5 games. Hopefully we can get one of these back-to-back on the road. Probably not, though, honestly. This does not look good. Oscar just came back from Puerto Rico. So let's continue simulating. Oh, we won. We got a win against the Bulls. How about that? So let's look at these games. 6-point loss against the Thunder. No defense here in this game versus the Suns. Big blowout versus the Rockets. Blowout versus the Nets. Not enough there versus the Celtics. And then we win in Chicago by 3 points. So let's see. Let's go to the prospect scouting, and then we'll look at how our stats are doing through the first, 3, 6, 7 games? Yeah. Alright. Here we go. Scouting. Here we go. Prospect scouting. Evals. Carl Finley. I almost said Kirby Finley. Andrew Porter says, with our initial scouting trip done, I really think Carl Finley is a solid player who can make some noise in the NBA right from the get-go. He wants to investigate some more time. So we see that his perimeter defense is a C, and that's a pretty good grade. It's a solid scouting grade, so that's close to what it is. Let's keep scouting him. Yeah, let's give him at least 2 evals. Andrew Porter, go back and see what he's about. And then Ferdinand Ramos. Let's see what Oscar Grant says. He has to admit that he was blown away by the skills of Ferdinand Ramos of Puerto Rico from the small forward slot. He looked really natural, and he thinks, Oscar thinks that he's a player we should get to know a lot better. He should, oh wow, so looks like Ferdinand has some potential here. Let's give him another look. So those guys are going to go out and keep scouting the same guys. Let's look at our stats. Let's see how our player stats are doing. We're 1-5, or 1-6 actually. So Gordon Hayward, he's almost up to 20 points a game, which is what we need from him. Alec Burks scoring a little bit more than I thought he would, and then doing a little rebounding as well here. Hayward with some assists, 4.9, that's really good. Derek scoring more than I thought he would. Ennis is close to 10. Trey, he should be scoring a little bit more, but maybe he's dishing out some assists here with 6 a game. Rodrigue Bobois doing a good job at being our backup point guard. 7 points, 1.7 assists, 1.7 rebounds. Channing Frye, not really coming in and doing much. How many minutes is he getting? 11 a game. Oh, okay. That's not that much. Whoa, look at that. His three-pointers are 33%, so he's kind of struggling. Let's see how many threes he shot. 15, 5 of 15. He could shoot more, but only in 11 minutes, so maybe Channing Frye needs a boost in minutes. RJ coming in and doing alright. Marvin, one of these two I think has to go. But RJ is on a 1 year, and so is Marvin, I believe. RJ, let's see his contract. 1 year, yeah. Marvin, 1 year, yeah. So these guys probably won't be here next year. We'll have one player to take their jobs. Ian Clark, not a lot of minutes. Deontay, yeah. These guys aren't going to see a lot of production. But Gordon Hayward, those are okay numbers. Let's see, those turnovers are high, 3.3 a game. He's shooting 43% and 45 from 3. So Gordon, 43, 45, and 88% from free throw. So those are the kind of numbers you want to see if you're going to give him a contract at the end of the year. Let's see. Derek's at 55 and Cantor's at 55 or 50% field goal percentage. So that's good for your bigs. You always want them over 50%. Alec Burke just needs to work on his free throw percentage, that's for sure. 70% won't do it. Looking at Trey, his field goal percentage is pretty bad. 30% and 24%. He really needs to bring that up if he's going to be the starter, because look at Beaubois. Beaubois showing him up here. Big time. In only 15 minutes a game. And, yeah, if Trey keeps that up and Beaubois passes him in 15 minutes a game, I will have to make a move. So, now let's look at... Let's see if anybody else made it. Oh, the Bucks signed Ben Gordon off the free agent list to a 1 year, $4.3 million deal. Hopefully that helps them. That'd be cool to see the Bucks do good. Let's see if anybody else got injured. Whoa! I thought I turned injuries off. Look at this. This is no good. There's no season enders, but DeMarcus Cousins out for a couple months. And Paul George up here. Look at this. He broke his arm, I guess, with injuries off somehow. Damn it. I didn't want that to happen. I wanted to see these guys compete through the whole year even, you know? And then in the playoffs, see what happens with injuries on. So, interesting. I turned the injuries off before I started simming. I know that. So, let's keep it moving here. Looking at the calendar, we are 1-6. Man. And our chemistry is still at 1%. Okay. Let's see if I make a couple minute moves. If that will do anything. Let's see if... Alec, you're still hurt for a couple weeks. No good. Let's see here. Beaubois has 17 minutes, and he's doing really good. So I might switch him and RJ. Yeah, RJ, you're down. And he's not the sixth man anymore. He's a role player. And now Beaubois is our sixth man. No question from those numbers that I saw through 7 games. And we're going to give Beaubois 23 minutes a game. Let me know what you guys think of this rotation. And if you think I should make some trades, if you think this team's too young, if I should trade for some veterans and make an actual contending team. Because right now this team is too young, and it's kind of, there's no leader. That's the thing I see. There's no real leader in this team. We want Hayward to be here next year and forever if he is going to put up numbers like he is. But is he a leader of the team right now? He's only 23 years old, so you can't ask too much of him. He's been in the league for 4 years, so pretty soon he's going to have to start leading. So yeah, let's keep simulating here. Let's go to the calendar. Figure out how we can get some wins here. We have 3 home games here against the Nuggets, Pelicans, and Spurs. Hopefully we can get one of these 3. That's all I really could ask. And then on the road, I would like to see on these road games 1 win. So 2 wins. Is that too much to ask out of this young Jazz team? 2 wins out of this 3-week span. Let's go. Come on, somebody show some leadership. A loss. Another loss. There we go. We won at home against the Spurs. That's nice. Andrew Porter completes his scouting report. We will wait for Oscar to complete his. A loss at home. And look at this. Trey Burke, broken finger with injuries off. The injuries are off, guys. I'm telling you. Maybe it doesn't take effect if you already start your association. I have no clue. This is kind of a whack, though, because I turned them off for a reason. Alright. So I guess we're playing with injuries on. Great. Bobois. So let's see if you can take the starting position. Gotta have Rush. Well, Rush, 25. You can handle 28. RJ, Fry, Evans. No, we need Clark and Garrett. Garrett needs to come up if he's gonna be our backup. Let's give Fry some minutes here. Jeremy Evans, Marvin, and Clark. Yeah, alright. So look at this. 2 of our starters are already out with injuries, and I had injuries off. Whoa, boy. Alright, Evans gets some more. Clark a little bit more. And Gobert, you can have 4 minutes. Okay. Back to the calendar to finish this month. Let's finish November with 1 more win. Let's go to 3 wins. 3 wins. Come on, look at this. In the NBA. Alright, let's look at the NBA standings real quick. Conference. In the West, we got the Pelicans on top. Clippers, Rockets, Blazers, Mavericks. They're all bunched up here with around 4 wins. So, the West, of course, competitive. And then at the very bottom, the Utah Jazz. 2-11. Oh my goodness. 2-11 to start the month. Alright, so in the West, that's how it looks. And in the East, the Bucks at the bottom, the Raptors and the Hawks, and the Magic. So that looks right to me, I guess. That looks semi-correct. Maybe not the Hawks being down there. They might bounce back. But at the top, you got the Heat. LeBron, Dwayne, and Bosh. 10-2. Wow. Excellent. 5-0 on the road. Wow. Great start. And the Bulls also. The Bulls and the Celtics. Surprise, surprise, the Celtics. Doing better than the Nets. How about that? Alright, so that's how it looks early in the conferences. Let's finish this month. Yeah, let's finish this month and then go look at those prospect reports. Let's simulate up to this first day of December. Yeah, there goes Oscar's scouting report. So, let's actually look at that. 2 evals each. Let's go with... Let's see how actually they have it on the board. They have Dwayne Holloway, the point guard from Michigan, going first. And then Carl Finley going number 2. So, how about that? They like Carl Finley as well. Let's look at Carl's second evaluation. Speaking from a potential standpoint, only Carl Finley might just be one of the best prospects in the draft. So yeah, like I said, the athleticism is showing. And Andrew Porter, our scout, says it might take a few years for you to really see this, but Carl is just oozing talent and potential. And I really think he'll be a big-time player in this league someday. That's what we want. If we're going to have a top 5 pick, we want somebody who will be a big player. And Andrew Porter says he will be. So Carl Finley's on our radar, no question. And then down here, Ferdinand Ramos. Let's see where Ferdinand is on the big board. Scouting. Oh no, wait, I'm already here. Yeah, here we go. Let's see where Ferdinand is supposed to go. Whoa, look at this. Ferdinand is almost out of the first round. Oh, no, that's Frederick. Wait, Ferdinand isn't even here? Okay, so... Oh, here he is. Oh, wow. They have him at the number 6 position. Wow. So in the prospect list, there is about... Oh, man, there's like... at least 5 guys ahead of him in this. So, Ferdinand Ramos. Let's see his second eval. I just returned from scouting Ferdinand Ramos in Puerto Rico, and I spent the entire trip attempting to assess Ferdinand's potential, and I must say he has a good amount. I'm not saying he's going to be a Hall of Famer, but he definitely has potential to blossom. Okay, so Ferdinand is also... these are both positive evals for both these players, so that's good. We found 2 potential players right here in Ferdinand and Carl Finley. So we know that, look at that, A+ potential for Carl Finley, so he is definitely a top 2 player. And then Ferdinand with a B+, he will go top 10, no question. So let's try and figure out who's going to be a steal late in the first. Who could be a steal in the first? Harry Keller, power forward out of Arizona. Let's see his little skills. He's got alright. He's only got 2 Bs though, so let's keep looking. Barry Page, another Arizona Wildcat. He's got the same kind of look to him. So, mid to late first. Mid to late first. Let's go from here. Let's see. Who could we use? Randall Hill, a true center, it says, out of Tulsa. And he has a B in post defense and a B in rebounding. Not very offensive oriented, doesn't look like. 266 pounds though, so he's a big boy. Gary Copeland out of Duke. Dale Peterson from Wake Forest. They have him listed as a center / power forward, so undersized. Maybe a good rebounder though. Neil Lewis, a 7'1" center, 23 years old, so he's a senior out of LaSalle. LaSalle, yeah. Oh, look at this. B inside offense. And C's outside of that, pretty much. So we're going to give Neil Lewis a look. Let's give him a look. Let's put Oscar Grant on the case of Neil Lewis out of LaSalle. And then let's look at the guards. So there is 3 mid to late first round guards here. Not point guards. I don't think we're in the need of a point guard right now in the first round. Possibly a shooting guard. Alec Burks is our starter right now, but as you saw, injuries are off, but somehow he's injured. Let's look at the shooting guards, mid to late. There is a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's take a look here. Who's got some size? 6'9". Eldon Hunt out of Boston University. Eldon Hunt. He doesn't really have much, well, he has some athleticism. He could be something in the mid to late. You don't expect much, honestly. The NBA drafts are very different than other drafts. Alright, so let's choose a shooting guard here to scout. Let's go with, let's see, Ruben Hayes out of Cincinnati. Ruben has an outside shot. He's got some athleticism. Henry Booth out of Missouri. He has... he doesn't really look like he has as much as those other guys. So, Ruben Hayes or Eldon Hunt. You know, I'm going to go Eldon Hunt. Let's see what he's got. Let's put Andrew Porter out there in Boston University and see what he's got. I like the handles. The handles are really, for a 6'9" guy, a C handle is impressive. So yeah, that should end this episode. Let's look at our calendar. Oh no. Actually, this is not the end. We're gonna simulate to the end of the month. Let's do that real quick, and let's get some more wins here, Utah Jazz. Come on, young guys. Let's get at least one more win. Nope, not against the Mavericks. Malcolm Thomas, leave it as is. Get a win against OKC. How about that? And Alec Burks has healed, so let's adjust it real quick. Brandon Rush, lose your minutes. For Alec Burks, Rudy Gobert come out. Brandon Rush go in. And switch all the way up to... Yeah, that looks good, actually. Like that, yeah. Brandon Rush, get some minutes. And then Alec Burks, we need to give you minutes, so let's take some from Jefferson and give him here. Alright, let's give Alec those, because he's still kind of hurt, it looks like. Recovering, it says. So, we got to win against OKC to move to 3 wins. 3 wins in a month. That is not good. And our chemistry, still at 1%, probably because we're not winning. So, through a month almost, let's simulate these 2 Phoenix games. And I will tell you, while this is simulating, that I might have to make a move here. Or else I might lose my job within 2 months. I might have to make... Oh, back-to-back wins! And then we get a trade offer. The Kings have offered their first-round pick this year. And Jason Thompson for Gordon and our first-rounder. No, thank you. Alright, so... Through 1 month, the Utah Jazz. Look at this. 5 wins. We got a nice little 3 out of 4 here to end the November. 3 out of 4. Beating the Suns twice. Blowing them out in Phoenix. Big time. Alright, so that's going to be the end of this episode of this simulation. I don't know what to think now. We're going to go a little bit further next episode, and if we keep losing, I will throw some trade offers out there to see if we can get a little bit of help. Let me know if you guys think I should tank and get a draft pick, or make some trades and try to salvage this season. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you subscribe if you enjoyed this series. And I'm looking to put out some more stuff soon. So stay tuned. Take it easy.